All right, we're back again. I do not know what doth happen there. All of a sudden, the broadcast decided to stop, but we're back here racing. J.E. Racing, who was just fighting for second, now finds himself at the back of this lead pack. Trying to get the stream back going to figure out what happened there. But now as we see the 9 of Tristan Dobbs trying to work his way back. This is your pole sitter. Got caught up in a wreck and almost gets caught up in another one. Got caught up in a wreck in the middle of stage 1. Now regaining the ground that he lost. In the process of all that, as we are only just about halfway, a little over halfway through stage 1, as the 9 gets by the 12. Move Tristan Dobbs back up to 4th. The 96 and the 19, Sir Gillians and Racer X. Sir Gillians will win the battle, take over second. He'll take the 9 with him, and Tristan Dobbs is up to the top 3. And the top 3 looking about the way it was when Tristan Dobbs got his unfortunate circumstance. Getting loose out of turn 4, ran through the grass, got dirt on the tires, caused him to shoot up the racetrack. Now we got 22 laps to go, 21 and a half when they hit the middle of the backstretch. But the only difference was the 9 was your leader when the big wreck happened. And we see the 96 going the wall. Racer X. Look how far spread they are behind the leaders here. 96 able to stay in the draft and keep himself with the top 3. In 19mm, we talked about him at the beginning. For his first race back in the Icon Racing League. Last season's champion missed the first 3 races and now comes back. Wasn't confident in the car nor the setup. First time running the 22, ran all of last season in the 12. Now here he is out in front here in stage 1. Comfortably leading the field around is now the 9 to the inside of the 19. He gets loose out of 4 again. He saves it. And he's still fighting for second. What a job by the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. And what a save. They're still side by side, trying the side draft down the backstretch. The 19, too much momentum carried off of the outside, and that will carry him back ahead of the 9. My, oh my. Oh, the 19, the 9! The 9 gets loose. Oh no! We have a yellow. Oh, it's the 12 of Mudweiser. Oh, no. The second yellow in stage number 2. This one was an in-game yellow. Don't know what happened there. Regathering himself through the tri-oval. Now, everybody gonna come down pit road. Oh, I'm sorry. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs is actually still a lap down. I did not know the 9 was still a lap down. He was trying to get his lap back right there. I thought he got his lap back under the other yellow. But he has now gotten the free pass. The 9 is this time on the lead lap. So any position he gains will be just that, for position. But right now the look is at the front. The 22 of 19, oh, goes up the track on the 19. They were making heavy contact. through 1 and 2. They're both going to drop. The 22 drops down to 3rd. The 19 drops to 5th, but here comes 1-9 back through the field again. Underneath the 38. And now the 12 and the 8. The 8's going to ride the wall through 1 and 2. He'll drop it. He will spin. Hard contact. You saw it from the 8. And the outside wall as we go back to the front. 1-9 looking to take the lead back from the 96 of Racer X. 2 by 2. First through 4th. And you see back there the 9 gaining spots as these top 4 continue to fight. That's exactly what the 9 of Tristan Dobbs wants to see. As we have 13 laps to go here in stage 1. Remember, going to be a long race. But if 1-9 could get a stage win, that would be huge for a guy who missed the first 4 races of the season. I forgot about last week's race at the Glen. Oh no, the 19 in the wall. He stays high. They're going to be 3 wide out of 2. Him and the 9 made contact. And you see now the 12 of Mudwise are going to shoot his way through on the bottom. Move the 12 to 4th. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Now he's got to look to his inside. Has it good. Turns 3 and 4. Oh, the 19 and the 12 make contact. They stay straight. But the 9 of Tristan Dobbs gonna maneuver his way back into 4th. This is now the 9 in position number 4. 11 laps to go. They're coming to 10. It's now the 96 looking to take the fight to the 22. He hits the apron and gets loose. That allows the 38 of Digi to get to his inside. Can't make the run happen as the 96 gave the 22 the nudge to put him back to the point. You saw it there. You don't want to hit the paint. The paint is just there for so that way you know where the bottom is. You do not want to put your tires on there because it is right on. If you go below the paint at all, you're on that flat apron and that will shoot your car to the 3rd lane in the corners, effectively making you a sitting duck for anybody right behind you. And right now, there's about 4 or 5 guys right on that tail of the 22. Now we have 9 laps to go. The 38 of Digi sees a run. Tries to side trap the 22 down the backstretch. Here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Going to shoot to the inside of Racer X. He's going to push the 38 of Digi to the lead. And it will push himself into 2nd. The 22 of 1-9 will drop. Continue to drop. He's now back to 3rd. As now the battle for the lead ensues again. The 9 and the 38, they make contact down the backstretch. But the 38 will have the help of the 22. But we've seen how good the 9 car, Tristan Dobbs, is through the corners. And you see it there, even with the outside momentum. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs able to clear himself of 38. Cuts up in front of him. And move Tristan Dobbs back to the lead. 7 laps left here in stage 1. Now the 19 of Sir Gillians will find himself back into 2nd. Will the 22 fare as well as those 2? The 38 of Digi holding strong on the bottom, not allowing the 22 to his inside. Oh, the 22 and the 96 have it coming together. They come up through the grass. 22 did not know the 96 was there. They get it back going straight again, but look at the time lost compared to the top 3. The 22 who is trying to get that stage win that he so desperately needs at this point. Now just trying to hold on to 4th to get just those couple of points now. Every position's a point at this point, so you don't want to continue to fall as the 38 of Digi's now looking to the inside of Sir Gillians. The battle for 2nd ensues as the 9 will break away. or at least try to. We saw him do it early on in this stage. I forgot we're still in. Almost forgot we're still in stage 1, as we now come to 4 laps to go. The gap between the two side-by-side cars and that leader is 0.3, 3/10 of a second. Now the 19 and the 38 fall in line with each other. Look to run down the 9 as the gap grew to about 4/10 while they were side by side. Now looking for the gap to fall is the 38 of Digi. Looking to close as we have 3 laps left to go in stage 1. This will be a heck of a stage battle if these guys get everything figured out, as now we see the 96 back here with the 88 of JE Racing fighting for the 5th spot. And the 96 of Racer X will be through and take away 5th. Oh, and look at this! They caught him, and now the 38 and the 19 Freight Train him. Move the 9 of Tristan Dobbs back to 3rd. Move the 38 of Digi to 2nd with 2 to go. However, it's not over yet. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs will be through. He'll stick the nose to the outside. Can he and the 19 get by the 38? We're coming to the white flag as they come out of turn 4. 3-car battle for the win. It'll be, oh my God, I actually have no idea. I think it was the 9. Oh my, no, it was the 19, Sir Gillians. You couldn't have put a toenail in between the 3 of them. Sir Gillians takes away the stage winner, more than likely steals it. Digi through to 2nd. And Tristan Dobbs, the shorter end of that stick, he will finish in 3rd. Wowee! And the 96 of Racer X will finish 4th. And rounding out your top 5 will be the 22 of 19. Sorry, getting the numbers into my head. A little slow there, but we got it. And what a finish to stage number 1. 10 drivers still running in the field. JRC Indy, the only one not on the lead lap of those still running currently. Everyone else is on the lead lap, just varying speeds at this point. And JRC Indy was looking to leapfrog the 1 of Bullseye, who is unfortunately unable to make the race today. The 24 was hoping to have a good run here at Charlotte to hopefully steal that spot in the point standings. I believe it was for the 4th spot in the points. Not the day he was looking to have, as we're back green, and Sir Gillians will lead him around, but he gets the bumper from the 38. Here comes Digi. Oh, and they make contact, moving the 19 to the outside wall. He scrapes up against it. 38 gets loose on the inside, lets up to keep himself from running into. Oh, what a shot by the 22 to the 38. Digi through the grass, and he'll fall all the way to the back. And 19 hard into the outside wall. Oh my. Not what you wanted to see. Out of the 22 of 19, who needed to have a good run today and was doing just that. But contact with a 38 of Digi. And then trying to gather it back up. Couldn't do so. You saw the impact he had. It's now the 9 of Tristan Dobbs will retake the race lead, as we are only 4 laps through this stage. And oh, there they go behind him. 3 cars. That should bring out a yellow. And that is also the 38 of Digi, the 7 of G27 Purple, and the 24 of JRC Indy. And that does warrant the yellow. And boy, was 19 happy to see that, because you can't even see the leaders from where that 22 car currently is running. So boy, did the 22 get a saving grace there. And that will also allow JRC to get one of his laps back, putting him only one lap down. Once he takes that wave around. That will also give the 9. Oh, the 96 tries some pit strategy, putting himself in the lead. JRC Indy only one lap down, back there in 10th, but the focus is on the leaders in the 96, who will lead him to green. What can the 9 do to his outside? I don't know. With the no help behind him, the 96 at least has the 19 going with him. Always we see the 8 loose off a 2. We're going to look at the roof cam. Oh, the 96 and the 9 make contact. Tristan Dobbs has to let off their 3 wide out of 4. 9 lets him go. He'll drop back to 5th. Back here with the 8. They make contact as the 8 gets loose on entry. The outside line will prevail. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs will... Oh my gosh, what a crash behind him! Oh no! Holy, you just saw the 88 find the danger zone. Took off like a jet craft. He cleared the catch fence in the air. The 22 you saw going end over end. And the caution is back out again. And that is exactly what the 24 needed. He will be back on the lead lap, and he will be fighting for position again. But what an incident we saw happen before us today. I have never seen a crash that massive. And 1-9, who is trying to get those positions he lost back. Now we see the 12 and the 8, your race leaders, Mudweiser. And the 8, a boss of the sauce. Mudweiser will lead him to green, the 19, and the 9 in the second row behind him. We've seen how good the bottom is on restart. Only problem is how can you hold the bottom through 1 and 2? The 12 cannot, and the 19 takes full advantage as he goes side by side. And just so we don't miss more calamity behind him, we're gonna look at the rear. We're gonna look at this rear view cam. The 7 up into the outside wall. Everybody taking evasive maneuvers, and there's the 24 going into the outside wall. JRC Indy. And that was, I believe, the 12. No, not the 12. It was the 8. This, I believe, because it was a 2-car incident, will warrant a race to the yellow. And that is what we see. And this is 13 laps into the second stage, and we've already seen some of the most chaotic racing I think I've ever seen. A cutthroat league this is, with every point matters here. JRC Indy has been on the worst end of just about everything in this race. And we'll take a look at the point standings here, as this is not an in-game caution. This is a manual yellow. But Bullseye is your 4th place point sitter. Only 1 point behind him is JRC Indy. So he really wants to be able to leapfrog the 1 car. And we're also missing JFK's Cranium. He could have definitely been one to leapfrog him. Only 4 points behind the one of Bullseye, but he did not make the race tonight as well. So this could be really good for JRC Indy if he can make it. Right now, Mudweiser is your points leader with the win. 2 podiums and 3 top 5s. Sir Gillians is your 2nd place. In second place, tied with the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. 4 stage wins for the 19, 2 for the 9. Very equal stats. Just about for both drivers. It's just the 9's been able to finish the races. And the 19 just has had bad luck at the end of these events. But right now, it is the 7 of G27 Purple using some pit strategy here. After just putting on tires. But this has just been a gas and go, moving him from the back of this field all the way up to the lead position. In the 7. And now you see the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. He will be on the front row on the outside. The 19 of Sir Gillians. Behind him in the 38 of Digi. Next to him in the second row, but we're getting ready to go green this time. Into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out yet again. As we are on lap number 16 here in stage number 2. And what a start by the 7. Oh, goes below the apron though. That's allowing the 19 to get a run to his outside. And now here comes the 9, gonna shoot the middle. What a job by Tristan Dobbs. From third to first in one corner. He puts the block on the 19 of Gillians. Gillians gonna be quick with the crossover move, and he will shoot to the inside of the 9. The battle for the lead is on. The 7 drops down to third. He has a 22 of 19 who's been strong all day behind him. And now the 19 will take the inside. And he will be your race leader now. As we still have 30 laps to go. Oh, the 7's around! Everybody else stayed straight. I think we're still going to be green after this. I do not think this warrants a race to the yellow. I believe we're going to stay green here. Unfortunate events. That hurt the running of about these 3 cars, the 96, 24, and the 88. No, we do stay green. Only a 1-car incident does not warrant a caution. Now the battle for the lead. Might be just the 2 leaders trying to break away. Now you see the 22 of 19 up to third. The 12 of Mudweiser, your points leader, up to position 4. The 38 of Digi. Into the 5th, rounds out your top 5. The rest of the field, there is a 96 of Racer X. He is in position 6. 7th is held by the 88 of JE Racing. Oh, and there we see the 8 car. Now only 9 running. Damage sustained too much for the 8 to continue. Now we focus back to the front. The 19 starting to gap the 9 about a quarter of a second right now. Is the gap from first to second. We've seen these 2 fighting for position going back to last year. These 2 always up at the front, always fighting for a top 3 spot, if not for the lead. And now we see them not fighting, but working together. They want to separate themselves from the 2 behind them, the 22 and the 12. 2 strong cars. You got probably one of the fastest cars of the night in the 22 of 19 and your points leader in the 12 of Mudweiser. Now you see the 12 goes by the 22. 22 got a little squirrely through the tri-oval, had to let off to get the car back straight, allowing the 12 of Mudweiser to go around the outside. Now we got a 3-car train trying to catch a tandem of 2. As the gap between these two out in the front and the 3 cars behind them, the lead car of Mudweiser down about 2.25 seconds. We have 24 laps to go. And if all goes well, we should still see 1 green flag pit stop. We've seen a lot of calamity. Look at the time these guys behind them are not gaining. These two are working together very well here at the front. Really just gapping the 3 cars behind them. I mean, the 2 up at the front have been the 2 fastest cars of the day. And they're putting that on full display right here and now. Now that we're finally calmed down, I think now is a good time. We'll crank it up, let you hear the roar of the engine once they come across. We'll do that when they come across the line this time by. Right now the gap between the 3-car tandem and the 2-car tandem about 3 seconds. As we go not side by side, we'll crank it up. Oh, we see, if we look back at this 3-car tandem, the 12 loses touch with the 2 he was drafting with. As now it's just the 22 and the 38. The 38 gets squirrely out of 2. If the ground stays the same, that might actually help the 12 get back in touch with those 2. We will see, and that might actually... We see now behind them the 96 starting to reel himself into these 3. 19 laps to go for the cars up at the front. The 19 and the 9 really have been the stars of this show. The 9 car coming back from 2 laps down. And now here he is sitting in second. Could take the lead, but right now he's trying to use a little bit of that fuel-saving strategy to try and keep himself out another lap, knowing there's a green flag pit stop still left to be made here in stage 2. Oh, and there's the 24, JRC Indy on the inside. As we have 18 laps to go. What happened to JRC Indy? Heavy front-end damage for that 24. Is he's going to limp it? No, I thought he was going to limp it back to pit road, but he gets back on the racetrack. Not the day that 24 wanted to have. He should move himself up in the point standings just from the point he got in stage, or at least be tied. But if he can just make it to the end of this race, that should move him up into that 4th position. He was only down by a single point. He is now tied for 4th as they run right now. What a job by these 2 out at the front. They have been right on each other's tail, working so well together. I mean, look at the gap. The gap has not wavered at all between these 2, allowing them to get as much of that drafting, as much through the draft, I should say, then say the 22 and the 38, who have just lost touch with each other completely, as now it will just be the 19 and the 9 continuing to break aways. Now we see we got about 1 to 2 laps before we start seeing drivers come down pit road. Potentially 3. We could see the 9 stay out another lap. He has not been burning as much fuel as now. Here we go. The 4 cars behind him. Now 5 of the 88. All come down at the same time. As here comes the 24. He'll come down. He is a lap down. The 7 stays out. As the 9 able to get by the 19. 19 tries to catch up with him. He was cooking it into the pits. He spins. Oh, look at the gap now between the 19 and the 9. And now we're going to follow the cars that are coming off of pit road right now. Oh, the 22 got the black flag. Look how much time the 22 lost. Came down too fast. As the 38 miles ahead of those he came down with. Where will Digibud come out in relation to the 9 and the 19? Look at the ground gained by the 9. As we see the 38 entering the frame. In the back, he gets by the 19. Move the 38 of Digibuds into second. The gap now between the 9 and the 19 that just came down, 5 seconds, give or take. Nears makes no difference, really. And what a twist! As the 22 goes by the 24 we saw there. 19's not even in the top 5 anymore. Unfortunate circumstances fall.